Hello. In this video, I'm going to show you how to record an incoming customer inquiry. First of all, you need to log in into the CRM with your appropriate password. Go to the Business Development tab, go to the Order Processing section and click on Customer Inquiries button. This is the place where you start taking customer inquiries. You can also click on the New Customer Inquiry button, which functions the same way as this button does. Let's click on Customer Inquiries button. A form opens up for you, a Customer Inquiries form in edit mode with some already existing inquiries which either you must have entered or people who are reporting to you working in your team must have entered. If you are the administrator, you will get to see everybody's inquiries. Since I am the administrator, I'm getting to see everybody's inquiries, totally 154 of them. Now since I need to create a new inquiry, I click on the Add New button out here. After clicking the Add New button, I'll have certain values entered for me by default. For example, my name. My name comes here because I'm the person who's logged into the CRM at the moment. If there is some other user who's been logged in, his name will come on this particular field once he clicks on the Add New button. The moment you are entering data out here, similarly this form can be opened by 200 other users on the network. Every time a user adds in an inquiry number is generated. This is automatic. Another default value which comes in is the priority status of this inquiry. The inquiry date and time. This inquiry date and time is recorded from this system's date and time. This is the Windows system's date and time. Make sure that this is working perfectly. If the date or the time shows incorrect even after restarting your computers, make sure your battery is rechecked or recharged. Another default value is the inquiry status. It always remains open till the time all these three stages have been completed: lead stage, opportunity stage and account stage. There's another video I have hosted which shows you a clear explanation about each stage. What's the lead stage, what happens in the opportunity stage, and what happens in the account stage. When all these three are completed, that is the time when you can click on indent request send yes option. When you click on this option, the inquiry status becomes closed automatically and an email is sent to your indenting department asking them to create an indent based on this new inquiry. So in the indent, the person who's creating the indent will only have to choose this inquiry which is closed. If he doesn't see this inquiry on the indent form, which means that the inquiry is still open. So only closed inquiries can be reflected on an indent form. Let's proceed. The second field is the visit number field. This visit number field, all these details come from the direct marketing module. If you have not gone to the direct marketing module, or if you don't know what is the direct marketing module, what is the customer visit form, I have hosted another video which says I made a visit to China, now I want to create a visit report and print it. So you can refer to these links and you'll get to know how these inquiries are formulated out here, how these visits are formulated out here. Since we are not going to take that, let's go and choose a financial year. The financial year is selected and a temporary incremental account inquiry number is generated for you. Now since you have got an inquiry number 167 and at the same time at this very minute if somebody else is generating an inquiry, if he's generating before you, he will get this 167 or he must have got 166, or the next inquiry generated after this will be 168, 169, 170 onwards. So once this inquiry number is generated, this token number is not given to anybody else. This is the inquiry type. You choose either whether it's an inbound or outbound. Inbound means the customer has called you. Outbound, you have called the customer. Trade type, for which department of your organization is this inquiry, for imports, exports, domestics. Trade division, you may have different divisions, marketing people, business development people, working to cater to different types of products, like for chemicals, pharmaceuticals, nutraceuticals. So you can choose, for these are all short terms synonyms for the trade divisions. You can give it a priority status. You can change whatever is the default. You can specify whether this inquiries come from any CPHI event, and these all are not really required to be filled in right now. You can fill them later also. Now if you see, I want to choose a buyer. These are list of buyers. Where did these come from? This list of buyers came from the systems configuration customer development module. If you see, these are the list of your buyers which you have already seen. Added. Now you can also add these new buyers on the fly, or if you give us a list of your existing buyers in the Excel format, we can have it migrated for you. So if you want to create a new buyer, there are two methods of doing it. Either you click on the create new button and you go and create a new buyer. As you know, the prerequisites, you need to have the company name, address, pin code, city, country, email. Very necessary. It's good to have your contact name. Then the second method is, click on this and you'll see this dimmed option out here. You click on it and it will take you to the same add customer form. You need to click on add customer, and that's just an additional mouse click out there. Save and exit. So let's say we have already got a buyer. Say I want to deal, buyer 1 has called up. It's from Acharya Group X4, that's the address. Now this buyer 1, if I want to know more details about buyer 1, I can click on this button and it will take me to this buyer 1's details. I can get to know his more address, his group companies, his bank details, customer comments, anything you want to know. So if you want the shipping address, the moment I click on this list box, it will show me Acharya Group X5. If you see here, it's Acharya Group X4. So all the addresses related to this buyer can be selected here. If you want to send an offer on a particular shipping address, you can do that. Then I have a seller. The seller is selected once you do the RFQ, you complete the RFQ process with your sellers, because right now you're just taking down the inquiry as to what the buyer wants from you. You can put in how you are communicating on this inquiry, whether it's by verbal, email, by fax. So mostly people get it, the bosses get it in verbal and the staff gets it in email, mostly from China. Fax is used to be, and nowadays nobody gets inquiries by fax, very rarely. Now deal status, this is won or lost. This status becomes won when the entire money or the purchase order has been received from the buyer. If it is lost, means the customer was not interested in buying the product. We advise you to identify a reason for your inquiry being lost. What was the reason? If the reason is not specified here in this list, you can always add your reason. We'll give you the provision to add your reason. Okay, so this way you can analyze where you are losing business. Based on this, if you see, we've given you a tab, a button here, where did I lose business? This all comes from here. Lost remarks, special comments. So we have got an inquiry number, we have selected a buyer. Now we want to select the products which he is inquired for. We would strongly suggest, when you're moving from one tab to another tab, please save. Please save your record. Let's say, for example, the customer is inquired for a product benzyl cyanide. You can choose benzyl cyanide and automatically the CAS number comes in, or you can choose another complex uh, CAS number, and you see the name of this product is so complex you might have a typing error, so you can put in the CAS number and automatically the name of the product comes in. So this is the reason why we are always suggesting that you start entering a CAS number. So we are taking this entry as our demo, benzyl cyanide. Okay, the customer has inquired for this. Usually in a daily practice, what happens, you once you know that the buyer wants this product and you may want to know what's the latest price offered by different sellers in the market for this product. If you're going to trade this product from somebody else, from another seller, so you may want to select which seller to approach. So for which you may go into your inboxes, your email inboxes, and check out who was the last seller who offered me a price on this particular product. Or you may ask your colleague, you may ask your boss, or you may refer to different kind of communications and correspondence. So in order to reduce all that, we have given you this orange combo box, suppliers linked with product in the product master file. The moment you click on this combo box, it will only show you the sellers who sell this product and on a particular, and what was the last price offered on a particular date. So you'll get to see a comparison, like seller 2 on the 1st of March he offered me 25, on the 2nd of March he offered me 26. So you see, you can decide which seller you want to do business with. You can choose the seller and you can finalize that I want to do business with this seller. When you click on finalize, that seller name comes out here automatically. But let's not do that right now. Also, if you want to float an RFQ, there is a separate process of doing it, which I will do it in the second session. We have a view RFQ section button out here. When you click on that button, a separate form opens up for you. I'll come to this section in the second tutorial as to how you invite RFQ from different sellers. I hide. Okay. So how did this 25 come in? Seller's price to me. Because when I selected on this, select on seller 2, he's given me the price of 1st March 25. If I choose this, I get 26. So you see, so I do business with seller 2 for this price. You can put in your price to the buyer. Okay, the packing instructions, origin which the customer wants, Incoterms. Now all the Incoterms for you are already entered. If there is an Incoterm which you want to add of your own, you can always follow this list items box, which is a very dimmed box. It's provided by Microsoft, we can't do anything about it. You click on it and you get the already existing terms. You click on the add new term button and you can add your new term out here. Once the new term is added, that will reflect in this Incoterms box. Okay, so let's say we've taken Incoterms, days, okay, the quantity required, the unit types, we have got most of the units for you here, the currency, basically it's US dollars, payment terms, port of loading, port of discharge. Okay, similarly you can add your own ports. You don't require us to help you add the new ports. Valid to your sale rate, you already have your sale rate. Okay, sale rate is equal to your quantity into seller's last price per unit. That is your price to the buyer. Okay, you'll get these tool tips always helping you. So the green color patch you see here, below info to be filled before requesting for a quotation from either seller or buyer. Okay, and this below info to be filled after receiving response from RFQ before sending final offer to buyer. Okay, so this is one place or one method of directly creating or entering your inquiries and s- selecting a seller from this combo box. This is good to go if you are having very few sellers and you already know what was the prices they are offering. But if you want to go in the open market and get an RFQ from different types of sellers which you must have not dealt with before, then we go in with the RFQ section. Okay, let's say I have a commission percentage of 2% and I get total amount in dollars per unit. How much of this percentage has been done? Means you may require some time to do all the negotiation. So just to give your seniors work status as to how much percent of this work is done, you can give your percentage, how much percent of the work is done. When it's 100, then automatically the status goes to completed. If you see, it becomes closed. You can save this inquiry. So what happened in the process was, when we negotiated with the buyer what product he wants, and we just shortlisted a seller from the existing list for the sake of this demo. We got his price, we put in our price with our margin, we put in some terms. Okay, we got some price at this, and in the background it showed that this lead stage which was pending, now it's work in process, which means you are negotiating with the seller or with the buyer, sorry. Okay, now if the buyer tells you, I won't like to have an offer from you, send me your offer. So you can click on this generate offer quotation button. So once you click on this button, an offer will be generated for you. You see, now this is a sample template. Okay, a very nude kind of a template. You can change anything. You can ask us to change your heading, whatever you want here, because we've generated a lot of offers for different types of customers, and since they are confidential, we cannot show them to you. Okay, this is the name of the products, the terms, your costing, your commissions, all out here. And this is the footer part. Computer generated copy, no signature required. Okay, let me start Outlook. Now supposing you want to send this offer to your buyer. Earlier you would have to create an email and search for the buyer's address or whatever details and then have this sent to him. As of now in this system, you have to just click on this button, email. When you click on this button, it will ask you want to send this offer in what format. So we click, by default is PDF, portable document format, which will help you make it a read-only document, as you know how PDFs are. So when he gives you this message now outputting, this particular box, this report becomes an email attachment. Okay, let's go to email, click email, PDF, okay, and then he'll output this entire report as an email attachment, a PDF email attachment. Once you have the buyer's email address, it can also be bought here. We can give you a subject line, we can give you some body text, okay, and this email will wait for you to be sent. Okay, so we can also have that thing sent directly to the buyer. When the buyer receives this PDF and he double clicks on this particular PDF, he can view it this way. Okay, computer generated copy, no signature required. So you see, this is a PDF. Then further, if he wants, he can print it, attach it to an email, do whatever. It's a PDF which is with him, but he cannot modify whatever is in here. So you're on the safe side. Okay, I don't want to send this mail. I close this. There's another one. The offer on Outlook button, this particular function has been disabled as of now for this demo, but I will show it to you in my other videos, because this is literally dangerous, because the contents of your offer, these contents get into the email body. What I mean to say is it gets into this part of your email body, so they can modify it. You can use this format if you trust your buyer. It's up to you and your buyer's relations. We have that feature also. Okay, this is a place where you do the follow-up, management remarks. Now after the offer went, there was something changed. There's something which changed. The lead became completed and opportunity became work in process, automatic, once the offer went to the buyer. This shows that you have finished negotiating with the buyer. The buyer has shown interest and he's asked you to send an offer. Now since the offer is with the buyer, he becomes your opportunity, which means your business development people have to follow up with this buyer, reminding him about the offer which has been sent to him and what he plans to do further. So till the time the buyer doesn't respond to you, this will always remain in the work in process stage. Once the buyer decides, okay, I'm okay with your offer, after making some amendments in your or negotiations in your payment terms, delivery terms, whatever, he may promise you the PO. So once the PO comes in, which means your money has come in and this becomes completed. Now this will become completed not automatically. There is a follow-up method. I will show you in the next video how to do a follow-up to complete this entire inquiry. So once the inquiry gets completed, that is the time it will be available for indenting. So all the contents of this inquiry, the buyer's name, seller's name, product's name, all will automatically come on your indent. So let's say, for example, I have finalized with this product. I feel so with this seller, I feel that this seller's prices are okay and I want to go with him. So when you see here, the seller's name is not yet been selected. We have given two buttons here. First button, finalize, will select this seller from this shortlisted sellers list. The second finalize button will help you select a seller from all the sellers list. You may not want to go with the seller 2. You may want to go in with seller any other seller. Okay, so you have an option. We have also got a third option which is not highlighted in this demo, which will show you all the sellers for this particular product on which you have earlier performed a debit note. We can select that seller also. That option is disabled right now. Let's click on finalize. When I click on finalize, CRM will give you a box, a message box. You have finalized the purchase order with the currently selected seller, which is seller 2. I click OK. Nothing happens here. But when you go to enquiry details, you will see that seller 2 has been transferred out here. Okay. I click on save. 167 is my current enquiry number. So if you see my current enquiry number 167, this is just for us to remember. Save, and I can say add. Now the CRM is asking you to add a new enquiry. Okay, everything gets blanked out. It's asking you to add a new enquiry. That is how you add a new enquiry. If you see, the lead stage becomes pending, opportunity pending, accounts pending. Okay, if you want to go to your previous enquiry, our enquiry number 167, 167, you see, and click go. So he's fetched you your enquiry number. That's how you get back to your enquiry. If you go to any other enquiry, so let's say show me all enquiries between 28th and 29th March with the enquiry status open. Search between dates. So you'll see 165, 166, 167. These three enquiries between these two dates are open. Okay, so you can go to your enquiry 167, go. So this is the method of shortlisting. So you'll get to see, oh, this enquiry is in opportunity stage. That means we are close to success. Okay, so these are the search buttons, search fields. This shows you your current enquiry number. All right, 167 is our enquiry number. How does the boss get to know that you have just entered an inquiry? Supposing there is a staff of 10 people or 20. I know of a customer of ours who has got 40 people who keep adding in inquiries. So how will the boss know who has entered which inquiry as of the last minute? We have a button provided to him which is called View CRM Status on LCD. When you click on this, an LCD menu opens up, a form opens up where you have two options to choose. Show me enquiry status which is pending between these two dates. So let me say I want from yesterday till today. So you see there are two enquiries which have been entered by two users. The same user has entered. So we have got one enquiry which we just entered, 167, if you remember, enquiry number 167. It was for imports. I entered it. This was the date, no cutoff date as of now. The lead stage is completed. It's in the opportunity stage, work in process, which means the boss knows, okay, the negotiation is done. Right now this enquiry, the offer has been sent. So he's not going to communicate with this person asking him, ये offer का क्या हो रहा है with this buyer. That communication is cut down 90%. You see, you can say 100% because he's getting to see everything on screen. The boss, what he would like to see is the greens, completed. So this money will step into his business. You see, so try to avoid the reds. That's your objective as a user, and the boss's objective is to see little of yellows and more of the greens. Okay, now the final status of this inquiry is pending. So if it is pending, where it is pending? This is pending at the opportunity stage and the account stage. This one is pending at the account stage, but it's soon going to reach the account stage once the negotiation and opportunity stage is over. If you want to see all the completed inquiries between these 2 days, click and refresh. There's nothing. If you want to see earlier dates, like show me from the 1st of March, there's nothing. Show me from This is the demo data, so let me say from 2013. Okay, here we go. All completed. Looks good. All the greens look good. Okay, now we are going to give you a new kind of form which has the same fields, everything the same look, but it's an express form. It will work much more faster than what you're seeing right now. The screen refreshes are much more faster. So we already worked upon it. We will be releasing it with our new version of the CRM. Okay, so this is how your seniors get to know what is the current status of every inquiry based on any particular date, whether it is pending or completed. You see pending, you'll see, oh, it is pending, but where it is pending. So you can follow up. Okay, something is pending somewhere. You can ask somebody to follow up. You see? So that's how an inquiry has to be entered. This is the part one of the video, which is showing you how to enter a customer inquiry. In part 2 of this video, I'm going to show you how you inquire or how you float an RFQ in the market, asking sellers to send you their best prices for a particular product which you want to buy from them. I'll show it to you in the second video. Please watch it. Thank you.